Annie Claff here from the PNC Digital Desk, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. The O's bats couldn't quite pull this one off. Here's the interim skipper, Tony Mansolino.
I think he exceeded him. 6 innings, 10 punch-outs, under 85 pitches. I think super thrilled with him. That one slider to Story kind of backed up on him a little bit, and then Hamilton put a nice swing on a sinker. But, I go out there and throw 6, 10, 2 hits, it kind of hurt him. They jumped him, and super thrilled with what he did.
Did he look sort of like the Bradish of old?
Looks pretty good to me, the 2 fastballs and then the 2 breaking pitches and just the whole thing. Some of those sliders probably backed up a tick. I think he'll kind of figure that out as he gets used to throwing the major league ball at the major league level and just controlling his emotions and, everything that kind of went into today. This was a big moment for him, so he's pretty hyped up. I looked out there at, in the first inning, and he looked like he was huffing and puffing a little bit in the first inning for me, which is abnormal, but that's just the emotions and the nerves and everything kind of coming out. But handled it, controlled it, threw the ball great.
High velocity from him, a lot of strikeouts, 2 elements that rotation really hasn't had a whole lot of this year. Do you feel like he just brings an element you guys just have been missing?
We said in the warm-up pitches in the first inning, just watching the warm-up pitches, I told Frenchie, I was like, that looks different. We haven't seen stuff like that, out of the rotation all year. Now, we got guys with good stuff. But Bradish, we've talked about him, is the type of guy that if he stays healthy, is ace-type stuff, is ace-type pitchability, is absolutely an ace mentality. He just got to do it for a while.
You said yesterday guys can have self-doubt when they go through a long thing like that and come back. I mean, how big of a confidence boost do you think that is for him for first start back to have results like that?
Yeah, massive. And I think, as he kind of grabs the ball tomorrow and throws the ball around a little bit next couple of days, I think the confidence will build and see that he feels good and the surgery worked and he's healthy and he's back to being himself. So, that's a really nice platform to kind of start off with here, first start, and, just really excited about what the next 5, 6, 7 is going to look like here down the stretch.
I know you missed Sam doing the splits at first base in his first start there at the big league level, but what else did you see from him at first?
There's a skill set that will play well there. Now, I think as we kind of get our hands on him here, there's some things we're going to kind of touch up. Just kind of seeing him first time. There's, it's playing first base at this level. It's not, you just don't throw anybody out there. Sammy's got a really nice skill set that down the road, he's going to be really good over there. So, had the one ball today, took care of it. A couple things situationally that we got to kind of work through with him, and he's a great kid. He'll work through it. We got great coaches here, but yeah, it's a nice foundation to play first base with.
Tony, I know you got another 5 weeks in this season. You're trying to win as many games as possible, but when you dream about 2026, tonight was pretty special for that reason.
Yeah, because of Kyle Bradish, without a doubt. And you see Sammy get a hit right there in the 9th on a left-on-left, Justin Wilson. Obviously a guy that's done this for a long time, so a lot of good for that. You start to kind of think forward on what it's going to look like. There's a lot of guys here that'll be there, and there'll probably be some others. So excited about Kyle.
That'll close things up here from the PNC Digital Desk, presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865.